A normal healthy couple had their first child who was suffering from hemophilia. Explain the condition with the help of a cross. Also explain the ratio of normal children and hemophilic children with the help of their sexes. Dear students, this question had appeared in March 2020 in the last year CBSE examination. To understand the answer of this question, watch the entire video. Hello students, this is Praful and I welcome you all to One Page Biology. So in today's video, I will be explaining you the concept of hemophilia with the help of a cross. If you talk about the condition hemophilia, let me tell you, it is basically considered as a genetic disorder because in this particular condition, the gene which causes hemophilia is actually a gene which is responsible for the formation of clotting factors. Now this gene, if it is present in a mutated condition, then that can result in the condition of hemophilia. In this condition, what happens is actually if there is any wound or an injury on a skin, the person will find it difficult to clot the blood. In that case, the blood will keep on flowing because there is no formation of blood clot, and this can even result in the death of the person. And that's why, dear students, this condition is sometimes also referred to as bleeder's disease. But as we said that this condition is due to a recessive gene which is present on the X chromosome, and that's why it is considered as an X-linked recessive disorder. Now dear students, always remember that such a cross is called as pedigree analysis. That means the chart which helps us to explain or to understand the history of a particular disease in the family. Such a chart is called as a pedigree analysis chart. So we will try to understand that entire pedigree analysis chart in some another video. Now dear students, as we said that hemophilia is X-linked recessive condition. That means there is one gene which is recessive gene which is present on the X chromosome, and it is actually responsible for the condition of hemophilia. So who is having that X-linked recessive gene? Is it the father who is having the X-linked recessive gene or the mother who is having the X-linked recessive gene? Now dear students, you have to understand one thing. Now let's assume that the father is having the X-linked recessive gene. Now if the father is having the X-linked recessive gene, then in that case he has that one X-linked recessive gene and another is always the Y chromosome because the males have one Y chromosome. So in that case, even if the father has one X-linked recessive gene, the father will suffer from hemophilia. This cannot happen because the question is saying that the couple are normal couple. So that means the father is not having the X-linked recessive gene. Let's assume whether the mother is having the X-linked recessive gene. Now dear students, if the mother has one normal healthy gene and the another X-linked recessive gene, then the mother can be a carrier of hemophilia. Dear students, as we know that such a condition is quite possible, and the condition is called as the carrier condition. So definitely the mother will be a healthy mother, but still she will be a carrier of a recessive gene which is responsible for hemophilia. So let's try to write down this with the help of genes. So dear students, for example, the father is a healthy father. So let's say this is a normal healthy gene which is represented by H, capital H, and another is on the Y chromosome. And the mother is having one normal healthy gene as we can see here, and the other is the recessive gene which is responsible for the condition which is known as hemophilia. So as you can see here, we have mentioned that this is a hemophilic gene. Right? Let's try to find out what are the possibilities, dear students. Now dear students, in this case there are possibilities of two sons as well as two daughters. Now in this case, suppose the first child is having one hemophilic gene, let's say one hemophilic gene from the mother. As we all know that when we talk about the sons, always they get one X chromosome from the mother. So if the son is getting the hemophilic gene from the mother, and obviously the other will be a Y chromosome which is coming from the father, then definitely such a son can suffer from hemophilia. Now in the second son, dear students, let us assume that the son is getting a normal hemoglobin gene from the mother, and of course second will be a Y chromosome. So this son is going to be absolutely normal son. If you talk about the daughters, dear students, as you can see there are two possibilities, and in the daughters, let's see, for example, if the daughter gets one normal hemoglobin gene from the mother, that is from the Y, the one X chromosome from the mother, and the other is coming from the other X is coming from the father. So in this case, this girl child, this daughter has both the normal hemoglobin genes, and that's why such a daughter will be a normal daughter. Now let's assume the last condition, dear students. Now suppose if this particular daughter has got a hemophilic gene from the mother and a normal hemoglobin gene from the father. Now this girl child can be a carrier. This particular son had one hemophilic gene. This son is going to suffer from hemophilia. So I am going to shade this, dear students. So if you talk about the ratio, out of all the sons, 50% of the sons will be suffering from hemophilia, dear students, right? And 50% of the sons are going to be normal sons. Now let's consider the daughters. 50% of the daughters are going to be normal daughters, and 50% of the daughters will be carriers. So if you talk about the entire result of the offspring in terms of how many children are suffering from hemophilia and how many are normal children. So if you talk about the sons, dear students, you have to mention in the answer that 50% of the sons are suffering from hemophilia and 50% of the sons are normal sons. Whereas in case of daughters, 50% of the daughters are normal daughters and 50% of the daughters are carrier daughters. So dear students, I hope you understood this particular question and the answer with the help of this particular cross. So I will be coming up with another video with some another question for you all. Please like, share and subscribe to One Page Biology. See you all in the next video, dear students. Till that time, take care. Thank you so much. Bye bye.